welcome back to another episode of Eat Like a Chef. I'm your host, Chandler Baird. Today we are in for a treat because we traveled on over to the Coeur d'Alene Casino. We're gonna be heading into Chinook Restaurant, meeting up with Chef Tracy Rose and seeing what he's got cooking up for us today. So let's go on in.
Well, hello, Chandler.
Hi.
And welcome to the Chinook Steakhouse at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Thank you.
Today we're gonna be cooking a bacon-wrapped jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese and peanut butter. It's amazing flavors, explodes in your mouth, and it's finished with some jelly.
Peanut butter, that is epic. Let's do it.
Sponsored by No Lie Brew House and Coeur d'Alene Casino.
All right, Chef Tracy brought us back in the kitchen and we're gonna be whipping up some PB&J jalapeno poppers, right?
That sounds fantastic. And I'd like to introduce the chef of the Chinook.
Yes.
This is Chris Cope. He'll be walking you through the jelly part of the jalapeno peppers.
Great, let's do it, guys.
So, always lube up your pan,
Okay.
because you never want to put something in a dry, hot pan. So we'll start off with
The key ingredient.
the jalapenos.
Yes, and you take the seeds out of those, right?
Peeled and seeded.
Yeah.
The apples, one of the keys, everyone knows, they'll brown if you cut them ahead of time.
Yes.
Submerging in water helps a little bit. Lemon juice helps a little bit. We use straight up vitamin C crystals. So if you want to, get a vitamin C tablet, put it in your water to keep them from browning. We do that to where they'll stay good for
Smart,
hours.
I've never heard that.
So always drain off your water because that's not part of the recipe. We're gonna let that warm up just a little bit before we start adding the rest of the ingredients.
Okay, perfect.
And if you see in there, when you put the sugar in, it's gonna look like there's no way that this is all gonna come together.
Yep, it's a mountain of sugar. Love to see it.
Vinegar in.
Tracy, how long have you been the chef here?
I've been at the Coeur d'Alene Casino for 6 years. I've been the executive chef for about a year.
Okay,
I was brought in as the executive sous, and then they promoted me.
good for you, congrats. And this is one of your favorite recipes?
This is probably on property one of my most favorite recipes, just because, again, the different flavors.
Yeah.
You get the sweet, the hot, the
Savory.
saltiness of the bacon. It's just everything comes together extremely well.
Okay, what's going on here?
We're waiting for it to come up to a simmer, or recipes will say a boil. Gotta remember, high sugar content, you don't wanna leave it unattended. It will go from not boiling, not simmering at all, to all over your stove in no time flat.
So tell me a little bit about your background.
I'm local of Coeur d'Alene, born and raised. Spent most of my career in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane.
Okay. So this is home for you.
Oh yeah, this is very home for me.
Good. How long have you been here?
I've been at the casino for a little over 4 years and the chef of the Chinook for a little over 3.
Good, cool. Sounds like y'all have a great team here.
Yeah, the team in the Chinook we're really small, and it's family. So we're finally coming up to a simmer. I'm gonna lower that heat down just a little bit to like a medium high or a medium, just to where I don't boil it over. So once that gets all nice and juicy, and you'll see the color of the apples will change too. The edges are breaking down, they're becoming softer edged. Then we're adding in 2 ounces of pectin. You can get dry pectin or liquid pectin. This recipe calls for liquid. So one of the keys when you add the pectin is you want to make sure that it comes back up to temperature. It will drop the temperature just a little bit, and it's usually the last thing that goes in. So at this point, we're done with the cooking, and we'll actually take it off, and we'll put it into a separate pan until you want to pour it into a pan. Lots of surface area will help it cool down fast.
Okay.
And then
Smart.
when you get it out, it's going to look something like that.
Voila.
So now we're gonna be putting the peanut butter and cream cheese filling that we're gonna be filling the jalapenos with. Just a little tip, whenever you're messing with jalapenos, I prefer to wear gloves because
Yes.
you might be touching your eyes later or anything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut this.
Okay.
Then what we're gonna do is you see that this is just a little melon baller.
Itty bitty, I love that.
Yeah. Let me pull it out.
Awesome. So where did the inspiration to this recipe come from?
This is actually Adam Hegstad's recipe.
Ah.
It is one of his. And when we saw the menu and I looked at it, this particular one did wow me the most. Because like I said, it's
very
just
creative.
amazing. Yes, it really is. So now you have the jalapeno that is hollow.
Yes.
Okay. And then we got the cream cheese mixture here, which is just cream cheese,
Okay.
peanut butter.
Does it matter? Chunky peanut butter, regular?
I would say creamy because
Creamy.
that's just,
And you're not biting into those full peanuts.
that is correct.
Okay.
Okay, so you just mix it around a little bit.
And what are your duties as executive chef? What's a day like for you?
A day like for me, checking the restaurants, making sure crew shows up, making sure people are happy, working on menus, tastings, specials, the Chinook, the Red Tail, Twisted Earth, the Employee Lounge, banquets.
Wow.
Yeah. Salt,
Salt?
and then cornstarch. Now, cornstarch is a thickener. It just keeps everything bound together. You just mix this like this, and after a bit, it will look like, you can use a KitchenAid to be a lot better.
Yeah.
That.
Wow.
So that's how smooth you want it. So then what you're gonna do with the jalapenos is we typically roast them in the oven, so they're a little softer, because the amount of time it cooks in the oven with the stuffing won't have enough time to make it soft. So
Okay.
then you just take your pastry bag, you fill it,
Stuff that pepper. Yep.
that's it. Then you take a piece of bacon.
This is, where you really go big.
Yeah. This is the money right there.
Yes.
And then you go like that.
Fantastic.
It is.
Like I said, epic. I can already tell. It's going to be epic.
So then what we've done is we have one here. This will be a finished product before it goes into the oven.
And what are you cooking this at?
350, probably take about, I'd say probably about 10 minutes. So
Look at that sizzle. That's what we're looking for.
this is amazing.
Yes.
So then what we do here is when it comes out of the oven, we hit it with a torch to crisp up the
Alright.
bacon a little bit.
Okay, we're doing this.
There you go. Have fun with it. There you go. See, don't be,
I
don't
want-
be
I
shy.
want that?
You want
Okay.
that. You want that.
Oh, there we go. I was worried.
There
I
we
was
go.
Gonna... Woo.
See?
Woo.
So then what we do is we add the jelly.
Ooh, yeah. It is like fajitas. We love to see it like that.
Yes,
They bring it out to the table. It's sizzling. Everyone wants a bite.
that is a fact.
Yep.
And then we top it with some just roasted nuts, whatever nuts you want. We use pine nuts, pumpkin seeds, and there you go, the
That-
jalapenos.
I said it before and I'll say it again. That's epic.
It is.
That is
It is an
epic.
amazing dish.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to dig in. Join us after the commercial break for more recipes. Welcome back to Eat Like a Chef. We're here inside the Coeur d'Alene Casino at Chinook Restaurant, and I can't find Adam anywhere, so I think I'm just going to try and win something. Adam brought us back to the kitchen where he's going to show us how to make seared scallops with mustard seed and spinach.
Yeah, so we'll start with making the mustard seeds first.
Okay.
So what I've done here is I've simmered this 3 times, and really I change the water. So every time I bring it up to a simmer, and then I dump the water out and put fresh water in. So this is the 3rd time.
Okay, and what's the point of that?
The mustard seeds have like a very strong bitter flavor to them, and so we want to kind of tame that up a little bit. We want to keep like the very strong aromatic flavor of the mustard, but not have a lot of that bitterness. So then I'm gonna add, this is apple cider vinegar, and this is gonna make our pickling liquid. A little bit of sugar.
All right, and while you're doing this, tell me about your relationship with the casino.
So I was the executive chef here a number of years ago and helped open this restaurant originally.
Okay.
And they had asked if I was interested in coming back and kind of working with them to rebuild the restaurant and kind of come up with a direction and a vision for the restaurant if it was under my guidance. And so I've worked with the team here, the executive chef, Tracy, and Chris, the chef of the Chinook, to work on the recipes, bring in some high quality Northwest ingredients, showcase the wood fire, kind of bring back a lot of some of the ideas that I was doing previously, but with a little bit of a more
Northwest.
Northwest sort of twist to it.
Yeah. And how often are you back out here?
I come out here about every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, come and check in, work the line, kind of watch how things are going, how things are progressing, the flow of service, quality of food and all those kind of things.
Very cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna let this simmer a little bit. Until all of our liquid is pretty much almost gone. And so this will it'll be like a sweet and sour with a really strong aromatic mustard flavor, kind of like honey mustard-esque.
Ooh.
Okay, we're gonna heat up our cast iron skillet. So this cast iron has been seasoned.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, a little bit of salt and pepper. And you know your pan is hot because you can hear the sizzle.
Yes.
That's very important. And usually here at the restaurant, what we'll do is we have these cast iron pans sitting right on top of our wood coals in the oven over there. And so we'll bring out the cast iron pans smoking hot and then add the scallops to it. So it gets like this really nice smoky flavor as well.
Yeah, saves you time.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite menu item that you've added here?
So these are a couple of my favorites. So
Yeah.
the scallops, the peanut butter stuffed jalapeno poppers, the sockeye salmon's really good. It comes out of the Hearth oven as well.
Okay.
Really like the stuffed mushrooms. I mean, if we don't like it, we change it. So
Yeah.
we like pretty much everything that's on there.
And then do you come up with the monthly specials? Or
the
is that Tracy?
the chefs that are working here. So
Okay.
Chris and Tracy come up with the monthly specials. We have a new menu launching here pretty soon, and so we work together on that. So kind of come up with the ideas, work as a team, and then help put the recipes together, and then we roll it out
Fun.
together.
Call me if you need a taste tester next time.
Okay, so our mustard seed, as you're searing, our mustard seeds are getting finished.
Yeah.
And you can see it's really thickened up, and it has like a sort of, it looks like a sauce consistency almost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they're nice and plump too. They almost look like caviar or fish eggs or something.
They do.
Yeah. And we'll just set that aside and let it cool down a little bit. And you can see on this, we have like a nice sear starting here.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. I'll leave them on here for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll flip them over, cook them for like maybe another minute or two.
Okay.
And then while they're finishing, I'm gonna add a little butter. So I'm gonna create brown butter here. And what that is it's browning up the milk solids in the butter. And so it gives us this really nice, nutty, delicious flavor. And then we're gonna make that into a sauce for the scallops. See how crispy those look though?
Yes, that is perfect.
And you see it starting to brown up here on the edges. So we started with olive oil. If I was to start with butter right away, it would get too cooked. The butter itself would get too cooked.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna turn down the temperature a little bit because I don't really want those butter solids to be cooked any longer. And the residual heat in the cast iron will finish cooking the scallops.
So it's similar to steak, right? You start
Yeah.
with olive oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting
And then
it.
finish with butter. Yeah.
Learning.
Yeah.
We're learning every week.
Okay, those look pretty good.
Yes.
As you can see, they're still a little loose. They're not
Yeah,
like really
squishy.
super firm.
Yeah.
But they have a pretty good sear on both sides.
Uh-huh.
And it's nice and has a nice brown edges to it. So that's what I'm looking for.
Then you know. Okay.
Now I'm gonna add my spinach. And this looks like a lot of spinach, but it really cooks down.
Yes. This is a very healthy dish we're doing
The
today.
salt. I don't want that word to really get out, but
It complements the PB&J poppers pretty nicely.
and really all I'm doing is wilting it.
Okay.
Just a little bit lemon juice to season it up. All right, so I'm gonna serve it, and I'm just gonna keep it in this pan.
Yeah, why waste dishes?
So we have these nice wood trivets here, but you can use pretty much anything. And I'm just gonna line up the spinach a little bit.
Okay.
Grab our scallops, line those up on top of the spinach.
Look at that. It's an art.
See, this really has become sort of a sauce here. So a combination of the really rich butter and then these sort of sweet and sour honey mustard flavored pickled mustard seeds.
Yeah, that aroma is strong.
Yeah.
It smells amazing. I like how this is so simple,
Yeah.
but when you put it all together, it makes this beautiful dish.
Yeah. And it has like this really good contrast. You have like the green vegetal flavor, you have
Yeah.
sweet and sour, the rich scallops and the butter. I think it makes a really good, great dish.
Well done. It's gorgeous. Well, thanks for tuning in. Join us after the commercial for another recipe.
Welcome back to Eat Like a Chef. I'm here with Brody from No Lie, and we're gonna be making the Chinook Seafood Alfredo. So I'm gonna let you do a little bit of the cooking here, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, so let's start with the cream in the pot. Just dump it right in over here. So we're gonna start by making our Alfredo sauce. This is a pretty easy rough and dirty sauce here. So just bring the cream to a simmer. Let's go ahead and make a slurry.
next?
So add this cornstarch to the water. So this is, if I was to add the cornstarch in, and when the cream starts heating up, it'll just clump together. So what we're doing is getting rid of the clumps, and you're just gonna mix it ahead of time with just a little bit of water. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then while this is simmering, add the garlic. This is just roasted smashed garlic. All right, throw a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Grab a couple pinches of each. And we'll taste it right before. A little bit of pepper.
Make sure it's dialed in.
Yep. Okay,
A little extra
good.
just for good measure.
We have Asiago and Parmesan Reggiano cheese. Dump both of those in,
Just straight in.
straight in.
All of it.
Told you it's an easy sauce.
Hey, it's a lot of cheese.
It's a lot of cheese. Just give it a little whisk here. Gonna break up that garlic a little bit. And like the thing I like about this too is like, because we use the cornstarch in there, it's a really fast sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, this you can have this whole meal in 20 minutes.
Hey,
It's pretty quick.
Add on. That's
Yeah.
right on.
Okay, go ahead
where
and
you
dump your
wanna be.
slurry in. Okay. And then we'll just turn the heat down a little bit and we'll just let that simmer. While that's simmering, we'll start making our seafood sauce here. What we have here, we have Dungeness crab. It's
Okay.
been, obviously, it doesn't have the shell, it's been picked. A couple clams here. This is some Alaska halibut and some wild shrimp. We'll just sear it in a little bit of olive oil and we'll let that heat up. And you can see it starting to heat up because the viscosity of the oil really starts to spread pretty quickly. And it'll give a little bit of a shimmer to it, and that's how we know the pan's hot.
So you know it's ready to roll.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and season up. Go ahead and season up our halibut and our shrimp with the salt and pepper here. And we're gonna sneak a little bit of beer into our sauce too.
Hey, good move.
I think that's only fitting, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, how do you choose which beer you usually cook with?
Well, so really I'm going for something that's going to be complementary or contrasting. So it's like either one of those. If we have something that maybe is like needs a little bit of sweetness or a fruitiness, then I'll add a beer that complements to that.
Of course.
What we traditionally do here is white wine. So I'm going to use the pale ale. It has a little bit of I think that hoppiness will add a nice aromatic contrast to it, but then it'll act sort of like the white wine and cut through some of the fat.
Yeah.
So then we're going to sear the fish.
Oh, you can hear it.
Yep, and hear the sizzle.
You know it's ready to go. It's singing to you.
Yep. So tell me about No Lie. What do you do there?
No, I get to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I do get to do all the bars, restaurants, North Idaho and kind of Spokane. So
Okay.
kind of get to the backyard, get around, see what they're doing, see what they're putting on, eat their good food, drink their good beer. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. You get to go see what they're about, see what they're doing, and see what kind of things they're interested in. Cool. What kind of makes them move. So,
And what makes No Lie special? Like what makes it such a Spokane institution?
you know, it obviously starts with the juice. It starts with the beer, but beyond that, you get to be a part of. If you've got great beer, you can it opens up the opportunity to do more things in your community, in your backyard.
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of, do some charity work and do those things. And, like with the Malden Pine City thing, when that kind of burned down, just be able to have a community built and a brand so that way you can
Well, I think
get
that's
out and do some work. So,
Yeah, that's what part of being in the community is. And I think you guys have done a really great job of integrating and being part of that and helping out people in their need. And I think the community hopefully repays you for that, being able to buy great beers,
Yeah.
And supporting all the people here. We're gonna just sear this off here, cook it in the pan, and then we'll make our pan sauce here
Yeah.
with the noodles and everything.
you can see it in the color how quick that
Yeah.
kind of came through. Hasn't even been on there very long.
Go ahead and add our crab. Really, we're just heating this up. Okay, it looks like our sauce is done here. You can see it's like really thickened up. Cheese is melted, it's all incorporated. Cornstarch has done its work and it's thickened up a little bit. And this will be our base for the sauce. So we have these fresh fettuccine noodles here. They're frozen in small little nests like this, but they're still fresh pasta. So we're gonna go ahead and cook these up. And you can go ahead and drop this whole thing down. Just pick it up. kind of a nifty little way, but you could do that at home really easily as well. Next up, a little bit of garlic confit. This is a slow cooked garlic. Just dump it right in. And this is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens.
Do a little bit of the pale ale in here. And so what I'm trying to do is loosen up some of that, the fond is what it's called, the foundation. And
that's gonna bring some of the flavor up?
Exactly.
And also add a little bit more with the beer in there?
clams.
Okay.
Kind of stir that around a little bit. Oh, you smell that? That smells so good. I think it's gonna really complement the dish here.
It's a good pairing. Beer, classic Northwest IPA, kind of gives some flavor.
Okay, and we'll add a little bit of our sauce, our Alfredo, to this. And just kind of cook it down a little bit. I'm gonna turn off the heat. The sauce looks beautiful. Just taste the sauce really quick and make sure the seasoning's right. I think that's really good.
Wow, rich, creamy, nailed it.
Okay, so our pasta's done. This only takes a second here. Shake it out, give our little basket a shake, and then this is gonna go right into the sauce. A little bit of lemon zest. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil, salt and pepper on this herbs. This is a little bit of parsley, shaved red onion, salt and pepper on there. Oops. Give it a little mix. Just put a little bit of that right on top. Well, thank you so much for being a part. Let's do it.
Hey.
Cheers, thank you.
It was great being here, no lie.
Thanks for tuning into another episode of Eat Like a Chef. Thanks for showing us your ways, Adam. Thanks for bringing the beer, Brody. We appreciate it. Don't forget to tune in weekends on Fox 28 for more episodes of Eat Like a Chef.